red. Wind going to the radar, like David said, over Natchez Trace Parkway right now. That's about to cross over 96 there, too. There's Old Hillsborough Road, so right over Leapers Fork as we speak, too. And then again, the green and red is what we're looking for. Now, as I look at the debris tracker, hard to tell if anything crazy is happening with this. And then this is downtown Franklin. Okay, looking down at Franklin. A lot of lightning for sure. This is a storm that's about to come into you. So if you are in downtown Franklin, I would tell you right now to get down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows, because you do not have a lot of time with this storm. This storm is going to be on top of you momentarily, like literally momentarily. Yes, go ahead, Davis.
And I don't want people to let their guard down, okay? Looking at Max 2, you see how bright those greens and reds were when they were around Fairview on the left part of your screen. That's going back to 11:13. And then watch as they cross Natchez Trace Parkway. It's still there. We have a circulation center. If you're in Franklin, I want you to get in your safe spot immediately. But those colors are not as bright, and the brighter the colors are, the stronger the winds. And so I'm praying, but I don't want people to let their guard down. I'm praying that's showing some sort of sign of weakening, but I almost hesitate to say that just because I don't want people in Franklin to let their guard down. But let's cross our fingers that that's showing some weakening. But as far as what you need to do in Franklin's concerned, what I just said doesn't make any difference. You need to be in your safe spot. Then we cross our fingers and hope that that weakened and you can come out and everything's fine. But that's what we're looking at right now is concerned, and I certainly don't want to try to downplay it by any stretch of the imagination. But we see those lines there. But yeah, there was that one point looking like it was crossing Natchez Trace Parkway and back around Fairview where we thought we saw a little bit of a debris there. But let's go back to Danielle on Max 1.
All right, so we make sure we're hitting the street names too. So you're going to have some landmarks, I'm sure, for me coming up here. I just want to hit Franklin real fast and let you guys know where it is. It's right over Boyd Mill Pike. It's right over Championship Boulevard, Old Charlotte Pike East. It's over Mac Hatcher Parkway, Del Rio Pike, Cotton Lane, going over Magnolia Drive. It's going to be going over, just so you know, Founders Point Boulevard. By the way, I don't know if anyone's driving out there, but they should not be driving out there tonight. If you know anyone on the roads, let them know, too, because there is a tornado-warned storm heading in their direction, and I want to make sure people are safe. Like David said, it does look like it's elongating a little bit, but I'm going to go to streets anyway, just in case it starts to tighten right back up. It's right by Curry Boulevard, Boyd Mill Road. It's right by Founders Point Boulevard, West Mead Boulevard, Old Carters Creek Road, Downs Boulevard. It's going to be near West Main Street, going down to downtown Franklin, Ernest Rice Road, Franklin Road, Legends Club Road. I know Legends, that's a place that people golf. Liberty Pike, Moore's Lane. Yes, Davis,
By the way, the picture, we got a double box up on the screen. If you look at the monitor, the picture is West Haven in downtown Franklin. And you can see how hard the rain is coming down. And you can see some lightning flashing every once in a while there. But that's downtown Franklin at West Haven. But back to you.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for that. And what I wanted to show you is this is the warning that we have. I mean, we have the threat tag considerable for that, too. But this is a tornado warning. It's until 11:45. We're going to see, Davis, too, if they're going to continue to expand this out or keep it going or not. But we do have also the threat tag considerable for even damaging winds along this line. So regardless, we're still watching this storm. And as I circle again down, it does look like it might be trying to broaden out a little bit, which is good. I'm praying for that as it goes into Franklin, because that's, you know, it's going to be right down a heavily populated area. But as I zoom out here, I'm going to do a quick storm track on this one, because it's going to go out towards, say, it will be in Franklin at about 11:34. It's now 11:32. So my friends in Franklin, I need you in the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Take it seriously. Even if it is broadening, the storm is going to be impactful. It's going to have wind gusts to 60 to 70 miles an hour, heavy-duty rain, hail, and yes, a potential tornado could still be there. Bleachers, 11:37. It'll be in Millview at about 11:39. Arrington, 11:45. Nolansville, you will see this at 11:47. And then Almaville, you would see this at 11:54 if it's holding together. So again, a tornado warning in effect for Williamson County until 11:45. That has not been dropped yet, and it's still engaged. So I want to make sure people are taking this seriously and getting down to the lowest level center of a room with no windows. We're tracking this storm in particular because the greens and reds are really important. They have elongated a bit on this, which is good news. The other thing I want to make sure everybody's aware of is the fact that we have a very long line of storms, lots of lightning with these storms, lots of hail, but these storms are producing wind gusts to 70 miles an hour. Wow, that's downtown Franklin right now?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, look at Highway 96. Oh my goodness, look at that wind, it is sideways. Okay, Highway 96, that is what it looks like right now. That is the tornado warned storm. West Haven, west side of Franklin. Okay, that's not good. My friends in West Haven, I hope you're in your basements. I hope you're in your lowest level center of a room with no windows. I need you to do it now. That is some dangerous storm. Regardless if it's a tornado warning, a tornado on the ground, you are not going to see it. You see how hard that rain is coming down? You are not going to see that tornado if it's on the ground. A lot of hail, too. I can tell you there's hail in that rain because I'm looking at the hail core here on the Franklin, right around Franklin. There's a big hail core over you. So the greens and reds, a little bit more elongated over downtown Franklin. That's some good news. Let's hope it stays that way. However, we're sticking, look, they're keeping with the tornado warning, Davis. They have not dropped it. I can see that. They tightened it back up just as a small area here. But it's still in effect until 11:45. So, my friends, let me get down to street level again real fast and go down. Yes, Davis, go ahead.
I have a report of a structure fire at Pinewood Road and Highway 100 in Williamson County, and I wouldn't doubt that that's due to lightning. If it's not due to lightning, it might be due to wind damage, maybe damaging a power line that caused a fire, but a structure fire at Pinewood Road and Highway 100, probably either due to lightning or due to winds knocking down a power line. A substation is on fire, it says.
That's not good news. All right, not good at all. Okay, well, we definitely have a lot of lightning in these storms. But again, as we zoom into these greens and reds, okay, just so everybody's aware, downtown Franklin, you are under the threat of a tornado warning right now. You are under the threat of a tornado warning. As you can see right here, I'm going to actually go down to the streets and start telling the streets, yep, okay, what's this live picture of? Downtown. New Highway 96. Okay, so this is downtown Franklin. Kind of see it kind of freezing, it looks like a little bit, or having trouble loading, because probably the violent part of the storm is on top of you right now as we speak. So again, where this potential rotation would be around Franklin, Boyd Mill Avenue, West Main Road, West Main Street, excuse me, West Mead Boulevard, Downs Boulevard. It would be near downtown Franklin. I mean, literally going to go on top of you, Franklin, near Ferris Street, Bridge Street, Alexander Drive. I mean, it's right on top of you right now, okay? This is going right over you, the greens and reds as I circle it, where the potential rotation would be. It'd be right down Downs Boulevard. This will go right by 31 and 431. You can see, I mean, that's the camera from the area you can see in West Haven, right? That's West Haven. So, again, you can see that rain coming down almost sideways. Yes, David? Were you saying something? Okay. Okay, so Boyd Mill Avenue, we've got West Mead Boulevard, Downs Boulevard, Curry Boulevard. Just so you guys know, I want to make sure you guys are okay here and make sure you guys are staying safe. Please stay safe. So it's right by Downs Boulevard, West Mead Boulevard, Darby Drive. This is going to be going over downtown Franklin towards Alexander Drive. This will be going towards Eddy Lane, Watercrest Drive, Buckingham Circle, Royal Oaks Boulevard, Liberty Pike. Yes, they're going to go into Carruthers Parkway, turning Will Road, Cool Springs. I mean, this is going to go by Cool Springs. This is going right down downtown Cool Springs by Moore's Lane area. My friends, if you live in this area here in particular, you guys got to get ready to take your tornado precautions and take it seriously. Let me look at this and just see if anything's happening on debris. Hard to tell because it's a... All right, this is from McEwen. A lot of lightning there. You can tell that. That's McEwen right now. That's a live picture right there of the tornado warned storm. And again, reiterating, this is a tornado warning. There's also a threat tag considerable for severe thunderstorm, but the tornado warning is in effect until 11:45 for Williamson County. I'm not sure if they're going to extend this because it does look a little bit more broader. We'll have to see if they do extend this or not. We're going to watch it carefully for you. But what I will tell you is that we are concerned. They're not seeing any damage reports. No, that's somewhere else. Okay, sorry. Will not be extended right now. Okay, so good news is the tornado warning for Williamson County will probably not be extended, most likely, because the rotation's broadening up a bit. Still doesn't mean you're not going to have a noisy storm over you. Still doesn't mean it couldn't tighten right back up. So I want to make sure people don't let their guard down just yet. But it's now 11:37. What I want to show you is a bigger picture of what's going on here and kind of broaden out. First of all, I also want to talk about people that are safe and can go to sleep, because I know people are wondering. So if you are in, just so you know, this is the tornado watch until 3 a.m. Now it's in effect for these areas here in Cookeville. Everybody is now under the tornado watch. And for the areas east and south, that's going to go until 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning, folks. So you need to stay awake. You need to be prepared to get up for these tornadoes. We got Montgomery County cleared, Stewart County, Houston, Benton, Henry Carroll, and Trigg, Christian Town, Muhlenberg County. You guys are good. You can go to sleep. You're outside of the tornado watch at this point, but not everybody else is just yet. Let me show you the line here. We've got a multiple line. We got brand new severe thunderstorm warnings coming out too. That one's for Macon, Clay. Okay, so the entire line is now basically severe thunderstorm warned.
Hey, Danielle.
Yes, go ahead, Davis.
Got several things of information. I talked to Sheriff Davis in Humphreys County, by the way, and he said that they had a brief touchdown, as far as they can tell, around the Brown Mill area, just northwest of McEwen, in the northwestern corner of McEwen. A lot of structure damage, some trees and power poles down. Said right about when we were saying it was hitting McEwen was when that happened, and they got the 911 call on that. And he may be trying to call in so we can get a phone call with him on the air. But also, the National Weather Service says that the Williamson County tornado warning will not be extended right now. They're still closely monitoring the very broad rotation, as you and me have both been pointing out. It doesn't look as tight as it did earlier, and the reds and greens aren't as broad as they were, or as bright as they were earlier. And I guess going over such a populated area, have quarter-size hail in Hillsborough, but we're not hearing major. I would think that, especially Franklin area, we'd be hearing major reports of damage. Now, I bet we do get some trees and power lines down out of this before it's all said and done. Certainly got some large hail going on there, but they said they're not, at least for right now, they're going to monitor that very broad rotation right over Franklin, but they're not going to extend that tornado warning right now. That could change. They want to emphasize that could change.
Yes, that could change. You're right, Davis. And this is Mallory Lane, by the way, this live picture we're showing you here in Williamson County. Look at the way the rain is just coming down in sheets and buckets. There's hail coming down as well. I mean, listen, if we get a tornado warning, you're not going to see it. It's going to probably be rain wrapped. It's now nighttime, folks. It's now 11:40 in the middle of the night here. We've got this tornado warning in effect until 11:45. And this is the last tornado warning we have, I believe, on the map as of right now. We do have several severe thunderstorm warnings, though. So let me go through this real fast here and just kind of show you what's going on. We're getting lots of them coming in. So this is a breaking situation that we'll continue to show you. Clay, Jackson, Macon, Overton, Smith. The threat tag is considerable. Wind gusts to 70 miles an hour. We've got stuff out for also for Macon, Smith, Sumner, Trousdale, Wilson County until 11:45. Threat tag is considerable. Wind gusts to 70. So even if you're not getting a tornado, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts can do a ton of damage. I want to reiterate that, too. Then Davidson, Rutherford, Williamson, Wilson County, considerable tag, 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and, of course, quarter-size hail. And then, of course, we've got the tornado warning still in effect for a couple more minutes. And then this one for Hickman, Lewis, Murray, and Perry and Wayne County until midnight tonight. So, again, we've got multiple things we're watching here. We've got this one here in particular for another couple of minutes. For Franklin County, but they aren't going to extend it out, although the greens and reds don't look bad on this one still. Let me look at the bulge here. Yeah, there's still a little bulge in the radar, Davis. I don't know. They just did a new tornado warning. That's what I was looking at.
Well, they've changed their mind on that.
They changed their mind. All right, we're going. All right, so I was watching that bulge. I was actually just looking and saying, I think it's trying to tighten back up again. I don't like the look of that.
Mallory Lane and
Mallory
McEwen
Lane
Drive.
and McEwen Drive. Okay, good to know. But I got to get to this source here, guys, because we got a tornado warning, and it just tightened up like that. Okay, so this is the bulge right in here. It's now on the east-southeast side of Franklin, my friends. I'm going to go in the greens and the reds. I looked at it. I was starting to watch it. It was starting to tighten up more, and it's pretty tight now. Again, it's starting to really tighten here in this area. So it's just south of Liberty Pike by 65 here. There's Franklin. So downtown Franklin, there's the green, there's the red. That's going to be where the potential tornado is. We now have a brand new tornado warning in effect. There's Liberty Pike, there's 65. This will cross over 65 by 96, just south of 96 exit there. So right over 65, folks. I'm just going to tell you, if we catch that on the camera, that would be great too, if you see that. So let me do some streets real fast here because I want to get down low for this. This is by Bluebell Way right now. This is in Franklin, pretty much. Polk Place Road, or Polk Place Drive, Riverview Drive. It's by the Royal Oaks Boulevard, Jordan Road. It's right by, I was just out of school, Jordan Elementary, actually, Oak Meadow Drive. It's by Holly Hill Road. It's right by Old Paytonsville Road. It's right by Warren Road. It's right also by Albany Road. Let me just see, Mueller Road, Chester Stevens Road, Liberty Pike. Folks, again, if you are in this area here, the greens and reds have really starting to tighten up a bit, and it's concerning me more, and there's a bulge in the radar. So this, again, is a tornado warning. It is now, again, 11:42 at night. I need you to wake anyone up you think that might be sleeping through this. There is a potential tornado on the ground in this area here. Now, it is Doppler radar indicated right now, but you see the bulge right in there. And this just produced a lot of damage as it pushed into Williamson County. It's still in Williamson County, by the way, but it is for Williamson and also for Rutherford County. There's the county line as it would then push into Rutherford County. Nolensville, you are in the direct path of this as well. Again, it is a tornado-warned, Doppler-indicated storm. I believe it's still moving pretty quickly, too, as we were checking this out as well. It is moving to the east at 40 miles an hour. So 40 miles an hour, this storm is going to be racing towards you. My friends in southeast Franklin, I really need you to get down to the lowest level center of a room with no windows, and do it now because it's coming your way. And just as I take this out into time, I mean, this is going to go over Nolensville and Almaville and the whole area here. Here is some of the towns that need to worry about this. Mudsink, it's pretty much on top of you now because it's 11:43. Millville, 11:46. Trinity, 11:48. It'll be in Arrington, 11:53, so you've got no time, 11:53. It'll be in McDaniel at 11:55. Rocky Fork at 12:02, and then Almaville, you would see this at 12:03 in the evening or in the morning. Gosh, it's already in the morning. So, friends, I need you to take your tornado precautions, take it seriously. This thing was tightening up there for a second here on the scans. Let me look at it here. I'm seeing it. Yeah, it's still, you know, it might be loosening up again, but it might be still tight. Here we go. Let me go down here. It's right in here. So as some street names again, this is Franklin and Davis. If you want to give me any
well,
landmarks.
the main thing is it looks like the circulation center is east of downtown Franklin now, and definitely crossing I-65 right at the intersection of Highway 96, which some people call Murfreesboro Road because it heads between Murfreesboro and Franklin. Of course, we call Murfreesboro Road here in Nashville Murfreesboro Road, which is Highway 41, but they call it that because it runs from Franklin to Murfreesboro. It's Highway 96. And as you mentioned, Almaville, I got the arrow there on Max 2 showing that Almaville, this is pretty much coming your way down Highway 96 and just north of Highway 8 of Interstate 840, eventually headed over to Rutherford County. But I wanted to double check, Danielle. I could look at some more landmarks here, but before I did that, want to quickly look and see anything new. Talking about quarter-size hail in Franklin near 96 and I-65. So that's right where we're talking about, 96 and Highway 65. So quarter-size hail. That's our good friend Will Minkoff at Nashville Severe Wicks. And so basically, we're going to see this move across eastern parts of Williamson County. Now it's funny because it seemed like it lost a little of its brightness, shall we say. Then it tightened up, and now it seems like it might be. But just as we've learned, these things are pulsing back and forth. So no matter what kind of trends you see, you want everybody along Highway 96 between Franklin and, let's say, Almaville and 840 there to be in their safe place. And you could go.
Yeah, I was going to do that.
I'll go ahead and get some landmarks here.
Yep.
While you do that, okay?
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, we got to watch this because, I mean, this is east side of Franklin now, right? Going over 96 and, of course, you know, where it's 65 meets. Yes, Davis, go ahead. Were you saying? No.
I was going to mention, you know, Arrington Vineyards.
It's going over them, yeah.
Yeah, Arrington Vineyards is one of the well-known places that I know of. Taproot Farm, going down Highway 96, Arrington Vineyards, Castle Gwynn, that we all know of. Castle Gwynn and Arrington Vineyards, and eventually Almaville. Arrington itself, by the way, you know, so those are some of the areas, some of the well-known places along Highway 96 that this thing is headed down. Back to you, Danielle.
All right. So, yes, Davis, that's what I was going to say. I was just actually at Arrington's this weekend, so I know that very well. Okay, so Arrington, you've only got like 5 minutes. So if you live in Arrington, I need you to take your tornado precautions. Lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Nolensville, coming to you next, Chrissy, 11:56. 11:56, it's going to be in Nolensville. Patterson, 12:01. Florence, 12:12. Almaville, 12:02. Blackman, 12:09. I've been to that school before, too. Again, this is going right into Rutherford County next after it goes through Williamson County. Good. Yes. And I want anybody that you know to get down to the lowest level center of a room with no windows. If you know anyone you think that's in the path, call them now. Wake them up because the time is 11:47. A lot of folks may have gone to sleep. So if you think somebody is missing out and doesn't know that this is happening, let them know. Street level, again, this is Williamson County now. It's right by Nolan Crest Way. It's right by Chester Stevens Road, Warren Road, Arno Road, Saddleville Drive, North Chapel Road, Hickory Hills Drive, Wilson Pike, 96. We're right borders 96 right there. It's going to be by Trinity Road. It's going to be by Laura Wood Lane, just to say a few. It's going to be by Wilson Pike, Maple Lane, Ladd Road, Burke Hollow Road. Sorry if I'm butchering your town name or street names, but if you hear your street name, I need you in the basement. Osborne Road, really important you do just that. Hawks Landing Road, Cox Road, Fiddler's Glen Road, Mullins Road. It's coming to you, and it's coming to you next. Just so you know, I'm looking at the greens and reds. It does look like it may have broadened a little bit again, though it's hard to tell again as we watch this. I'm looking at it just to see the debris tracker here, see if I see anything. And it's very hard to tell with this if there is debris or not. I mean, very hard to tell. But definitely this is going to be a bad storm coming over you. There's definitely some strong winds with it. You can see it. It's right over 96 here, right in this area here, as you can see. And by the way, I think Marcus Bagwell's here too, so we're going to get him involved with this in a little bit as well. Yes, go ahead.
Got a couple of things. We're going to have Sheriff Davis from Humphreys County on the phone momentarily. If you look at Max 2 real quickly before we go to Sheriff Davis, I just wanted to track this thing into Murfreesboro. You see Murfreesboro on the right part of your screen there, and the storm is now east, or at least the tornadic signature on radar is east of Franklin, coming down Highway 96, Nolensville 1150, Triune 1152, Rocky Fork 1157, Almaville 1159, Little Hope at 1203, Blackman 1205, Leanna 1210, Murfreesboro 1215, and Compton by 1219. Now, earlier this evening, we were tracking the storm through Humphreys County, one of the storms, and we did have what looked like debris around the McEwen area, and the National Weather Service was confirming that it was radar-indicated tornado with debris. Sheriff Davis, are you with us there? This will be Sheriff Chris Davis from Humphreys County. Okay, they're not ready yet. They'll let us know when you have Sheriff Davis. Okay, I thought you had him ready on the line. Anyway, so we're going to be talking to him. They did have confirmed damage in Humphreys County. He's going to tell us about it here in a moment around the McEwen area. Quick look back here to there was a confirmed fire at a substation earlier. Again, that may be lightning and that may be wind. If it's a substation, it may have caused wind to bring some power lines down or some type of electrical problem that could have caused a fire at Highway 100 and Pinewood in Williamson County, and they were responding to power outages there as well. But one other thing, 1-inch hail reported there in 2 miles southeast of Franklin. So we've had some large hail with this storm as it moved through the Franklin area as well. I want to go back to Danielle right now, and we'll talk to Sheriff Davis momentarily. Yeah, Davis, and let me know when you get him. I'm happy to help you with that, but I want to let everybody know what's going on here in terms of what you can see, the big picture, right? So we've got I was going to say on Storm Tracker Radar Network, you see this entire line is severe thunderstorm warned, right? And so we've got lots of noisy storms. Now, if you are north and west of Nashville, you are quieting down, which is great news. To the south and to the east, you are in for a long night. I want to warn you now. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings in effect across a lot of our area. I'm going to go right to it here. We've got this one up this way for Clay, Jackson, Macon, Overton, and Smith for wind gusts to 60. There's going to be also some hail coming with that storm. Then, of course, we've got this tornado warning storm, which I'm going to go back into very quickly here for Rutherford and Williamson County. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure everybody sees this one too down here, because we now have a severe thunderstorm warning for Giles, Lawrence, Lewis, Marshall, and Murray County until 12:45 in the evening. So again, every portion of this line is starting to turn severe, strong winds, and any of these could start to spin along the line. So just a heads up, okay? So we've got this severe thunderstorm watch. We've got the tornado warning, which is why we're going to stick with this. And if you look at this radar, I don't like the look of it because there's a little bulge again starting to happen here. There's a little bulge on the radar here, and I don't like when it starts to bulge like that. That's where that potential rotation would be. There's like an inflow notch almost. Let me look into the greens and reds real quick, see what's happening here. It looks like it's tightening up a little bit again. That's not good. Okay, so here we go. As we look over here, the greens and reds, it's right over 96 if it is tightening up. It'd be right over 96. This is going to be heading towards Almaville. It's going to be heading towards possibly north of Murfreesboro. Really not far from Murfreesboro either. Hold on, let me just redo this storm track for you because I want to do a big one on this as to where it's going. But again, this is going towards Almaville, Murfreesboro, the whole thing. It's going to be going out that way, which is not good news. And it's going at about 50 miles an hour. And I don't know why this is freezing on me, but let me just go into it, and I'll just show you some streets too so you can see this here. Again, Nolensville, Almaville, I would tell you take your tornado precautions now. You don't have much time. It's coming right at you. It's coming at you now. There we go. There it is. So there we go. Nolensville, it's on top of you. Nolensville, take those tornado precautions. Lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Almaville, you've got about 8 minutes till it's on top of you. Little Hope, you would see this at 12:04. Blackman,
12:06. It would be in Murfreesboro proper, 12:16. So, and then Walter Hill, 12:18, okay? So we are watching this storm. It is a tornado warning. That is why we're sticking with it. It's been coming in and out in terms of tightening up, loosening up, tightening up, loosening up. But the greens and reds are right in this area here, so I'm going to get down to some street level mapping. Franklin, you are now good. It's past you. But Almaville, you are in the direct path of this. This is right now going to be over Burke Hollow Road, Majestic Meadows Drive. This is in Williamson County. It's going to be paralleling 840, where 840 runs into 31A. Clovercroft Road. Clovercroft Road, you need to take your tornado precautions. Lowest level center of the room, room with no windows. Burke Hollow Road, McCainless Road, Leonard Creek Road, Majestic Meadows, Old Murfreesboro Road, Hawkins Road, Fiddler's Glen Road, Crockett Lane. Start taking those tornado precautions. Haley Lane, Spantown Road, Almaville in general, Del Thomas Road, Stewart Creek Road, McCain Road. All these areas need to be concerned because, you know, as you look at these scans, sometimes they look a little tighter, then they look a little looser, then they look a little tighter. Davis, are we getting anything in the chat room, by the way?
I've had to reboot a computer here, so I'm about to tell you right now. I'm literally bringing it up as we speak. And by the way, we'll have Sheriff Davis here on the phone shortly. And but of course, we don't want to lose track of the tornado warning that's now moving into Rutherford County. And we'll speak to him briefly. But let me get back into. Okay, I finally got this computer back up and running. At Mickey's Mill, that looks like that was in Williamson County. But as far as I'm trying to look and see if we got anything. Yeah.
Good circulation. He's calling it good circulation, at least aloft.
Yeah.
So we got to stick with this storm, dude.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So you want to hold off on speaking to the sheriff, I assume, then?
Yeah, let's stick with it for a little bit.
If we could hold off, unfortunately, we're going to talk to Sheriff Davis from Humphreys County, but we got to stick with this tornado warning because they're going to be heading towards the Murfreesboro area here shortly.
We got to take it seriously. And I know Marcus Bagwell just joined us, too. So, Marcus, whenever you're ready to rock, we'll get you involved with all this as well. Davis Nolan's with me as well. We're going to take care of you, keep you safe, keep you informed with what's going on. But this is what he's saying from aloft. It looks pretty good. It's going to go into downtown Murfreesboro, unfortunately. This is where it's going. As you can see, it's going to be on top of you in Patterson at 11:58. It's now 11:55 at night. Almaville, midnight. Blackman, 12:07. Florence would see this at 12:09. And then it would be at 12:11 in the Avenue, Murfreesboro, and then getting very close to actually downtown Murfreesboro here. So again, I'm going to zoom down. I'm going to look at things for you again, the greens and the reds, see what's going on here. As I look at these scans, they look pretty tight, then it loosens up, then it looks tight again. I'm going to look also at the radar here. It's right in this area in particular, probably would be where the notch would be, is where their possible rotation would be at. So again, I'm going to go into street level mapping here, start saying some streets. If I say your street, I need you down in the lowest level, center of a room, room with no windows. Do it now. This is near Mullins Road, Meadowbrook Boulevard. It's going to go over 31A. Old Murfreesboro Road, actually 96 and 31A intersect. That's where the rotation is going over currently. It's going to be near Osborne Road. It's going to be near, as I zoom down a little tighter here, Bostic Road, French River Road. It's going to be near Nolansville Road, Del Thomas Road, Independent Hill, Hill Lane, Spantown Road. It's then going to go towards Almaville next. That would be the next one in the path. And then it would be going towards Walter Hill and Murfreesboro in general as well. So we do have this tornado warning. It's confined. It's till 12:30 in the morning. I mean, this is getting closer and closer to pushing into Rutherford County right now. As you can see, it's on the eastern edge of Williamson County, about to cross over into Rutherford County. So as it does cross into Rutherford County, College Grove, heads up. I have friends in College Grove. It's right on top of you right now in College Grove. I would tell you to get down to the lowest level, center of a room, room with no windows. Do it now. If you know anyone you think that's sleeping in these town names, call them and wake them up because the time right now is 11:57, and this is a tornado-warned storm. Has a history of doing some damage. We don't know if it's tornado damage, but it's definitely done some damage. Almaville, you will see this at 12:03, so you've got about 5 minutes till it's on top of you. Little Hope, you would see this at 12:07. Blackman would see this at 12:10. Barfield, 12:17. Murfreesboro, 12:19. And then we'd see this around Compton at 12:23. Again, this is a tornado-warned storm. If you see your street name up there or your path, you need to take your tornado precautions, lowest level, center of a room. This storm does have, again, hail, wind, and the potential of a tornado. So this is a serious situation. Yes,
a
Davis, go
landmark or
ahead.
two, and basically Triune is, Highway 96 where it crosses Highway 41, which you can see if you look at the Max 2, you see Nolensville, and you see this circulation center just to the south of Nolensville, and right near that circulation center is right near the intersection of Highway 96 and Highway 41A and Interstate 840. So you pretty much have all those three coming together, and that's about where Triune is. You got the basically Tractor Supply Company right there, a red box right there west of Knoll, not far from there. And again, there's a Shell station right there at the intersection of 41A and 840. So you're very close to that right now and going into the Almaville area. And then, of course, if you keep on going east down Highway 96, Murfreesboro is next. As you continue down towards the east, eventually that's going to make its way down 96 towards the Murfreesboro area. And as you go down 96, there's places like eventually Scott's Auto Carrier and Holly Hill Chapel in Tennessee, and eventually Southern Promise Farm as that finally heads further down 96 over towards. I'm going to go back to Danielle with this new tornado warning
That's
that
what
we
I was just
gotten.
looking at. I was just looking at this one over here. So this is over in Mount Pleasant. This is over in Murray County. Oh boy, this got tight real quick. I was just looking at this while you were talking, Davis, and this is really something we got to watch. This one is right over, the center of circulation is right over 412. This is in Murray County now. This is by the Natchez Trace Parkway near 412 where it hits 50 and 43. Again, I'm going to just show you again the tornado warning real quick is going to be again for Murray County. It's Doppler radar indicated. As you can see, it's right over Mount Pleasant right now. I'm going to show you the greens and reds again. But please, if you live in Mount Pleasant, Columbia, I need you to take your tornado precautions. Lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Do it now. If you think someone's sleeping in Mount Pleasant or Columbia, call them, especially in Mount Pleasant, because it's literally on top of you right as we are talking about it. And that has gotten really tight really quickly here, and that does not look good. Okay, this is the greens and the reds. I'm going to circle it right here. This is where the potential tornado is. This is in Murray County. The green is the wind going to the radar. Red is the wind going away. When you see it touching like that, that's where the potential rotation would be. And on that path, that is going towards downtown Columbia. That is not a good sign. Okay, so this is greens and reds, again, going towards downtown Columbia. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to put a storm track on this real quick for you, and I believe these are still moving pretty quickly. At this point, you need to go down to the lowest level center of a room. It's moving east at 40. If you are in Columbia and Mount Pleasant, take those tornado precautions and do it now as it comes over you. It's coming over you quickly. It's going to be over you very quickly. In fact, it's going to be over you in Mount Pleasant in about 2 minutes. It's over you in Kettle Mills. It's going to be over you in Pleasant Hills at 12:12, West Haven 12:14, Columbia 12:17. You got about 15 minutes or less before it's on top of you. So make sure you get down to the lowest level center of a room with no windows. I am going to do some street level mapping on this one because this one's starting to really tighten up. I don't want to forget about my friends over in Murfreesboro, but I want to get down because this one's really, really tight. So let's get down to some streets. So right now, this is in Murray County. If you live by Dry Fork Road, I need you in the basement. If you live by Biffle Lane, Old State Road, Love Branch Road, Booker Farm Road, get down in the lowest level center of a room with no windows, do it now. Booker Ridge Road, Cecil Road, Jim Gray Robertson Road, Cecil Farm Road, let's see, South Cross Bridges Road. This is going to go on 412 Hampshire Pike. All right, Hampshire Pike, Morrill Road, Poplar Creek Road. Let's see where else it's going towards. I'm looking at this, and I want to look at the debris tracker real fast, too, just to see if I'm seeing anything on it, because that's really tightening up quickly, and I'm looking at this real quick. Let me look and see if it's lining up at all. I'm not seeing anything on the debris just yet, but that green and red is very, very tight. On the same lane, it would be on, it's right over Booker Ridge Road. It would be going towards Jim Gray Robertson Road, Armour Village Road. It's going on 412 or 412, 50 and 43 all meet. I mean, this is really headed literally for downtown Columbia, folks. So this one right here is a rotation we're watching. And then, of course, this rotation here we're watching as it moves over into Almaville. So we've got two areas. Davis, do you have any street?
So right around Hampshire, which is along Highway 412, the Hampshire community is about where the storm is right now. You can see the Natchez Trace Parkway, basically where it intersects several highways there, really Highway 412. I think I said 46. Highway 412 is what I was trying to say. So it's really coming right along Highway 412. And if we're on Max 2, let me see if I can put that into motion for you there. You see how it's moving almost east, maybe a little southeast, coming down Highway 412. So if it's going to be coming straight down Highway 412, R&A Plumbing is just south of there, across Bridges Baptist Church, Faith Baptist Church, Down Hampshire Pike is McCall Sod Farms, which is 412, coming into Poplar Top, which would eventually bring it into the western suburbs of Columbia. So this is a radar-confirmed tornado. We'll take a quick look right now, Danielle. I'll take a quick look and see if we see any kind of debris with that right now. Again, sometimes that's very hard to tell. We get a lot of noise due to the hail contamination, and it looks like most of what we're seeing is the contamination and all that. What we see the most of is sort of south of Mount Pleasant, and I think our circulating center is much farther north. So I would think that so far that's not confirming any debris, not to say we don't have any. But coming down Highway 412 is our circulation towards Columbia, the Hampshire areas we mentioned a moment ago, and already having pretty much gotten just past Natchez Trace Parkway and heading eastward down 412 or Hampshire Pike, generally towards the Columbia area. So if you're in Columbia, you need to start thinking about getting in your safe spot right now.
So much for that. I appreciate that. And I know we've got Marcus Bagwell joining us, so I want to make sure we get Marcus involved. And so, Marcus, what can you tell me what you're seeing, what you're doing with?
Danielle, I'm watching the Rutherford County storm since we got 2 tornado warnings ongoing. I'll keep an eye on the Rutherford one while y'all are watching that Murray one that's ramped up pretty quickly here. The circulation is now crossing out of Williamson County right now and entering into Rutherford County. So we're talking about the Almaville area. Let me show you that here on the actual velocity. You'll notice where the circulation is located here at this current point. That's where it is. So we are north of Eagleville. Eagleville, you are not in the particular path of this tornado warning. You are very close to a severe thunderstorm warning, but this is pretty much running right over Interstate 840, Highway 96 at this current time. So it's right at the Rutherford County, Williamson County line. If you're in Veterans Parkway area, West Murfreesboro, you need to be in your safety area now. If you're west of Interstate 24, you need to be in your safety area too, as this storm is moving toward this general area. You can see where the reds and greens come a little bit closer together. That's where our center of circulation is. While it doesn't look too impressive or as impressive as it did when it came through Williamson County and back down near the Fairview area, it is still a very tight circulation. And notice what we have here on the radar itself. We have energy and wind that's going to flow into this storm. We're already starting to see lightning out ahead of it. So that's crossing over the I-24 area, that heavier lightning that's showing up. But the heaviest of the rainfall and the precipitation is really going to be noted in this area here just south of Almaville. So pretty much right where 24 and 96, or excuse me, 840 and 96 all come together there right at the Williamson and the Rutherford County line, and that's going to continue along a track to the east there. That's going to be the area of concern here for this particular storm. Let's go back and look at it once again as far as the rotation is concerned there. Again, we should get a new scan here in just a moment to see where this is, but this is now crossed over Nolensville Road. So the city of Nolensville, you are in the clear. You are in the clear now of this tornado warning. Okay, we had the circulation cross through there. Danielle was mentioning some of those streets there, Clovercroft Road, the main strip along 31A there going down through Nolensville. You are now in the clear. And now the main area of concern is approaching there near the Almaville vicinity at this current time. So you need to be in your safety area. Okay, that's the area that we want to continue to watch for. All right, this is heading toward the city of Murfreesboro. Let me zoom the view out for us just a little bit more. And what I'll give you a quick storm track, and then we're going back to the storm that's down in Murray County that certainly has a lot of interest on it as well. Let me clear that off just for a brief moment here, and then we'll do that quick storm track here. So this is all the way up into central Rutherford County, so very close to the Smyrna area, and then coming through Murfreesboro, and it's moving at about 40 miles an hour. So you notice here the path is going to take it right through Murfreesboro. We've got Blackman upcoming here very shortly. It's about 1209, Barfield 1217. But if you're in the Veterans Parkway, West Murfreesboro area, you definitely need to be prepared and ready to go for this storm to move in. And if it still holds together, which there is nothing going to stop this storm, it could definitely continue on right on into Cannon County. So we're watching that one. Let's go back down to the Murray County storm. Danielle, if you're ready, you can take it.
Yeah, I got you, Marcus. And thank you for coming in here early to help me and Davis out. We really appreciate you. And you keep track of that storm. I'm going to center on the Murray County storm because that's the one I'm really concerned with right now, as we are seeing definitely a tornado warning for this county until 12:30 in the morning. As you can see, it is about to move into downtown Columbia. So I need Columbia my friends in Columbia, to take your tornado precautions, lowest level, center of a room with no windows, and I need you to do it now because this is going to be moving to the east at about 40 miles an hour. Now, this storm has already had some rotation along it. It was very, very tight at one point, and I'll show you it again right here. As you can still see it, it still looks pretty tight at this point. Right in this area here is where that potential rotation would be. And this would be going towards downtown Columbia. So I really need my friends in Columbia to get down to the lowest level, center of a room, and a room with no windows. And I mean, this would be going towards Columbia and also Colioca and a lot of other spots. In fact, it's going to be heading towards Ashwood. It's going to be on top of you in 1 minute. If you live in Ashwood, I need you to get down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Pleasant Hills, 1213. Columbia, 1217. About 5 to 10 minutes, it'll be on top of you. Colioca, you would see this at 1226. This storm does have the greens and reds attached to it. So I'm going to say some street names too, just so you guys know where we're looking at, because that green is very, very bright. So regardless if there's a tornado on the ground, there's definitely going to be some very, very strong damaging winds coming out of this. And I'm just going to look at debris tracker just real quick, make sure I'm not seeing anything on debris tracker. I'm not seeing anything crazy there. A lot of hail, though. There is definitely some hail with that one. There's also a lot of hail up in the one that Marcus was following in Almaville, too. So we'll watch that one as well. And, of course, if that starts to tighten up, we're going to look back at that one. But let's go down here. So, again, greens and reds, the streets, it's over right now. It's going to be over you. And I mean, I know we have a Columbia camera too. So if you start to see anything on the Columbia camera, let me know. But the streets, it's on 412 right now. It's basically on 412, where 412 hits 43 and 50. So right now, oh, it just moved. Hold on, let me circle that again, because that latest scan right by Zion Road, and it looks like it tightened up big time. Okay, hold on. There's the green. There's the red. That's where it would be. So it's right over 412, between 412 and 43, as you can see here. This is where the potential rotation is. The green is the wind going to the radar. Red is the wind going away. So Old Zion Road, it's on directly on top of you. And this is in Murray County now. This is right by William Springs Road, by Polk Lane, Tidwell Lane, it looks like there. Just looking at some street names here. I'm going to read it off because that has really tightened and brightened a bit. I don't like the look of that at all, in fact. Let me just look at the debris tracker here, see if anything's happening. Nothing yet. But again, that would be right over, and here goes some streets. If you're in Murray County, I need you to take your tornado precautions around Old Zion Road, around, let's see what else, Case Lane, Hunters Glen Drive, Trotwood Avenue, Yetman Lane, Ridley Jewel Lane, University Drive, Rutherford Lane, Murray County Park, Woods Drive, Hampshire Park, Hatcher Lane, Sunnyside Drive, Country Club Lane. Okay, we've got the Columbia camera up right now. Here we go as we're looking at our Murray Regional Health camera here. We're looking for lightning in the background. You can see this is a storm that's coming into you. It's tornado warned. It's tornado warned, and the bright green and bright red are definitely getting tighter together. And I don't like the look of this. This is going to go over downtown Columbia. So if you're in Columbia right now, on the west side of Columbia, near Case Lane, near Robert Road, Rutherford Lane, I want you to take your tornado precautions, lowest level, center of a room. Do it now. You don't have time. Gettysburg Lane, Old Williamsport Pike, Tidwell Lane, Westgate Court. Zion Road is on top of you right now, and North Main Street. It's on you on Old Zion Road, I can tell you that. And that's going to be headed into downtown Columbia, into Hatcher Lane, into Murray Park Road, College Park Drive, Deerwood Drive, West 4th Street. It'll be near James Campbell Boulevard, Grandpa Drive, West 4th, and it'll also be in Maple Leaf Road. So again, this is a tight red and green as I'm looking at this. I would not be surprised if this is on the ground. And we're watching this for sure. This is Doppler radar indicated at this point, but still it's something that we're going to be tracking for you. And that couplet is super tight. I'm looking at the chat room, National Weather Service chat room. I'm not seeing much there, but the green and red is just really pulling together well with this storm. And by the way, Marcus, don't feel free to ding me if you start to see something up your way. But I want to stick with this one because right now, this is right by Trotwood Avenue. This is coming on the west side of Columbia right now. Case Lane, Trotwood Avenue, Sunnyside Lane, Oakland Parkway, Robert Road, Rutherford Lane, Westgate Court, Zion Road, coming to you. Literally, if you are hearing me say your street name in Columbia, get down. If you are in downtown Columbia, lowest level, center of a room with no windows, really need you to do it now because I don't like the tightness of this. The bright green is getting really bright. The red is getting really bright. It's right here. There's Columbia. There's Fountain Heights. This is going to go straight over downtown Columbia, this tornado-warned storm. And it is now 12:12 in the morning. Okay, so if you think someone is sleeping in Columbia, please call them and wake them up because this is a very concerning looking storm as it pushes towards downtown Columbia. The bright greens and bright reds indicate where the rotation would be, and it looks like it would be right by downtown Columbia at this point. And it is moving east pretty quickly at 40 miles an hour. 40 miles an hour. So downtown Columbia, please take your tornado precautions. It's going to be in Fieldcrest. Fieldcrest at 12:14, 1 minute you have. West Haven, this is in Murray County now at 12:15. Columbia, 12:17. You have only 4 minutes to get down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows, and do it now. It's nighttime. It's going to be rain wrapped. You're not going to see the tornado. There's going to be hail. There's going to be wind. And then Riverside Recreation Center, you would see this at 12:18. Hardy Acres, 12:19. Fountain Heights, you would see this at 12:25. And then Park Station at 12:29. Again, this is a tornado-warned storm. As I show you this, we've got this one in Murray County. We've also got the one over here in Rutherford and Williamson County. But again, this one is very, very concerning at this point. And I want to make sure people are seeing it and make sure people are aware of this one because I am concerned. And they're saying that they're issued an evacuation for Murray County Park Mule Day campers. Okay, so there must be some campers. Okay, that's good. Well, at least they're getting them out of it. That's good because, I mean, this tornado warning is going directly over downtown. And look how tight that is, guys. Davis and Marcus, I'm just looking at this. This is really starting to tighten up here. I don't like the look of that at all. I don't know if they're saying anything, but the greens and reds, not looking good in this area, per se. Not looking good at all. So, again, downtown Columbia, I need you in the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Trotwood Avenue, north, it's really about to be over downtown Columbia right now, actually, as I look out at this, the greens and reds. Okay, we got a live look at Columbia downtown. Look at this is the tornado-warned storm over you in downtown Columbia right now. Marcus, go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, so Danielle, this camera's on the southwest side of the city, so just west of there, and we have really seen what was a darkening sky just a few moments ago, and now this is going to be a completely rain-wrapped situation as the heaviest of the rain is moving right over Columbia now. The rotation and possible tornado is on the backside, so it's where the C and the O are in Columbia. That's where the rotation part of the storm is, and that's what we're probably beginning to see here looking at this camera.
Oh boy, that is not good news. And you can see that camera. I mean, it's like blinding rain. So if there is a tornado on the ground, you are not going to see this tornado, folks. I cannot stress this enough. You need to get down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows, a bathroom, a closet, a basement. Put a helmet on too. Put the shoes on when you go there. This is in downtown Columbia. You need to be taking your tornado precautions. It is 12:15 in the morning. If you have friends, family members in Columbia, you think they're sleeping through this, well, they shouldn't be because it's going to be so noisy. But please wake them up and let them know to get down low. They need to do it, and they need to do it in a hurry because the storm system is really, really strong and intense over that area. And looking at the greens and reds here, as you can see, if I back up here, it's right in this area here where there would be the possible rotation. And as you look at the radar, yep, it's on the back side of it where we could be seeing something. Now, in terms of debris, as I look at the debris tracker, hard to tell, but that's also because there's some hail associated with this storm as well. Now, I want to also reiterate, we've still got this storm, and we still got the one in Rutherford County that's tornado warned too. The greens and reds, a little bit more spread out on that one. So for now, I'm going to go back here. But Marcus, feel free to cut back into that if you need to. But this one is concerning me the most, right in Columbia. So let's get down to streets again. I'm going to go down low. This is in downtown Columbia now. So if I say your street, I need you down low. It's right over Case Lane, Hunters Glen Road, Rutherford Lane, University Drive, Trotwood Avenue, Murray County Park, Lyon Parkway. It's going to be near Valley Drive, Country Club Lane, Sunnyside Lane, Carrington Lane. It's going to be near Denham Avenue. It's going to be near Campbellsville Pike, Stony Brook Road, Maynard Lane. I mean, if I'm saying your street name, folks, you need to be down the lowest level, center of a room with no windows now. You don't have time. This is going into downtown Columbia momentarily. West 15th Street, South Main Street, Highland Avenue. This will go over 412. It's basically right south of 412. It's going to go over It's past 430 or 43 right now. Here is, okay, so just so everyone can see this, this is 412. There's Highway 43, right? There's the center circulation right in here. So this is going to go right over 31 here. It's going to stay south of 412, but right by Columbia, and go over 31. So, oh, and there it is, right in there. There's the green and red, really tight by Campbellsville Pike, by Trotwood Avenue. That's where the possible rotation would be right now if it's happening. It's right in that area there where it looks like there could be possible rotation. The greens and reds. Right over Campbellsville Pike, Trotwood Avenue, Country Club Lane, Pillow Drive. I mean, this is on the south side of Columbia, southwest side of Columbia. If you have friends in the southwest side of Columbia, Columbia in general, just get down low. It's time. The greens and reds are really starting to tighten up in this one. As you can see here, again, this is the tornado warning. I mean, if this continues, this is going to move into Marshall County next and then into Bedford County too. But still some street names again. And some points of interest, of course, Campbellsville Pike, Highland Avenue, Woodland Park, Cemetery Avenue. Yes, Marcus, go ahead.
Yeah, Danielle, this is just crossing right over where our camera is, and we're repositioning it, but this is right over near the Murray Regional Health Health site, the hospital there. That's where this rotation is moving on the southwest side of Columbia right now.
Okay, good to know. Oh, my gosh. We're getting some good pictures in here from this storm. The storm up in Williamson County that went into Rutherford County, a lot of hail with that one for sure. But again, we're watching this. This rotation is really trying to tighten, so we're sticking with this one. I am really concerned with this one here. As we can see, there's definitely some hail up in Almaville, by the way, so up in Rutherford County too. But that rotation is really tightening up. Like Marcus was mentioning, the camera, you can see it there. We might even get to see it on the camera if we get a power flash and see anything that happens. But this is, again, if you are, I'm going to say street names now, Hidden Lake Circle, Sunnyside Drive in Murray County, Dew Lane, Campbellsville Pike, Hatcher Lane. It's going to go over Pillow Drive, Denham Avenue. It's going to go basically over 31. There's 412. It's going to stay south of 412. There's 412, Highway 412. There's 31. It's going south of 412 into 31. So if you live in this area here, I really need you down in the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. There could be a potential tornado on the ground. It is now 12:19. You are not going to see the tornado. We were showing you the live camera. It was definitely very, very heavy rain coming down, so it would be rain wrapped. There's also going to be hail with this storm as well. So this is definitely dangerous. This is a dangerous situation here as it moves towards Country Club Lane, Sunnyside Lane, Pillow Drive, Highland Avenue, South Main Street, Mooresville Pike, and then it would be tightening and continuing out to the east. And Marcus, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, just a quick moment on the Rutherford County storm. We're still looking at a general tornado warning and not seeing any tightening circulation. One thing that's going to make it very hard, though, is because the radar is well up here to the north. You can see it sweeping right now. We probably have some hail falling in portions of Smyrna in the northern portion of Rutherford County. So by the time the storm now is entering into Murfreesboro now, which it is. My wife just told me that it is getting very loud there. We live just west of Interstate 24. This storm here is still packing a punch for some very strong winds. So be prepared for those of you in Rutherford County. Cabarius, if we could bring and Noah the Murfreesboro camera up just for a moment. When you're ready, you can bring it in. But the storm here is west of downtown Murfreesboro, but crossing over I-24 and Old Fort Parkway, coming up now east of Veterans Parkway. It's going to continue to work its way up along Highway 99. The center of the circulation is probably now getting very close to the center of downtown Murfreesboro at this moment. You can notice here what appears to be more of a darkening sky at this time. I'm not seeing a tornado concern here, but there is the warning, and you do need to be in your safety area with this storm that is moving back through. Still watching this very carefully. Something we're just not going to let our guard down on, but the biggest one that is really tight is the one that's in Murray County that Danielle's tracking. Let's go back to that one.
All right, David. Sorry, Marcus. I apologize. Okay, so here's what I wanted to tell you real fast about this one. This one looks like there might be some debris trying to be. I just saw one spike, and it coincides with where the green and red is really tightening. So this could be on the ground. This is the green and red right in here. It's really tightening up here. So this is in Murray County near Shegog Lane, Campbellsville Pike. It's on top of you. Habersham Road, Pulaski Highway on 31, by Denham Avenue, by Highland Avenue, by Hughes Avenue, by Pickens Lane. This is right on top of you right now, the potential tornado. This is really tightened up, and I did see a few spikes, as you can see this. It kind of coincides with it, where there could be potentially some debris being lofted in the air right here by, say, Sunnyside Drive, where I was just talking about. That kind of coincides with where the thing was. So I don't know if that's true. I just want to make sure people know this. Fountain Heights, I need you in your basement. Columbia, I need you in your basement. Lowest level, center of a room with no windows. You see the green and red. It's really tightened up right in here. It's about to cross over 31. Columbia, lowest level, center of a room with no windows. Do it now. I don't know if our camera's showing anything. You can show the camera too again if you want while I talk, just to show exactly what's going on. But we have this bright green and bright red signature right in here, and that's really tight together and holding together really tightly by Fountain Heights now. And it looks like it's going a little bit more, like almost took a jog to the south and east. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of going south and east. So we have to watch this one for sure. This one is one of concern. Yes, do you, Davis has got something. Go ahead, Davis.
The Weather Service is saying they're going to let the Rutherford County tornado warning expire and continue with a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. What they mean by that is going to be a severe thunderstorm warning with what they call a tornado possible tag. So that's for the Rutherford County area. They're going to let the Rutherford County tornado warning expire and continue with a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. Okay,
good to know. Okay, so we're about to let go of that one, which is good news.
You're good.
But we do have the Fountain Heights. Okay, so the one here that we're most concerned with, again, so Davis just mentioned this. This is the one that's about to be let go, okay? We've got this one in Rutherford County that's about to be replaced with a severe thunderstorm warning possible tag. This is the one right here. What Davis just mentioned right here is Cannon, DeKalb, Rutherford, Williamson, and Wilson County under a tornado possible tag, severe thunderstorm warning, also large hail, ping pong ball size hail, wind gusts to 60 miles an hour, okay? So the tornado warning will be dropped off there. However, it is not dropped off yet for this area here. And this is over in Columbia again. My Murray County friends, I really need you to take those tornado precautions and take it quickly because it's right by Fountain Heights. Fountain Heights, I need you in the basement. Lowest level, center of a room with no windows, and I need you to do it now. It's pretty tight in Fountain Heights. I would not be surprised if we find out anything's going on there or we're getting any damage from that area. That's a concern. That's going to be going over Fountain Heights momentarily. Right now, I would tell you that the bright greens and bright reds, where it is, it's right over Mooresville Pike, Old Lewisburg Highway. It's right by, it's about to go over 50. It just went over 31, so now over 50 near Fountain Heights, near Old Lewisburg Highway. It's going to be going towards, say, Blue Springs Road, Fred White Road. It's going to be going towards Colioca Highway, Buck Daniels Road, Mooresville Pike. Friends, if you are in Fountain Heights, I would tell you to get down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. That is a storm of concern. I mean, I can't see anything on debris tracker anymore, but it does look pretty good. I mean, there's a bulge in the background of this where the possible rotation would be right in here and where we could see it. So we are going to watch this storm for sure. The good news is we've got, besides this one, that's the only tornado warning, I believe, as I look up through everything. Let me look at everything real quick. So as we look, we've got the tornado warning about to drop there. We got severe thunderstorm warnings out east for Clay, Jackson, Macon, Overton, and Smith County. And then we've got another one over here. This is for the Cannon, DeKalb, Rutherford, Williamson, and Wilson County. And then we've got the secondary one down here, the Murray County tornado warning. And then, of course, we've got this severe thunderstorm warning for Giles, Lawrence, Lewis, and Marshall. And also down to the south now, we've got one for Lawrence and Wayne. But again, we're staying with this storm because of the fact that we have the tornado warning on Murray County. And yes, Marcus, go ahead.
Okay, Danielle, the Weather Service is saying that the storm is, first of all, just in, we do have damage from the Murray County tornado warning.
We do?
We do have damage. That's just coming in from the Weather Service. That's all they've said for now. But the storm in Murray County is now looking a bit more disorganized. They're going to let this tornado warning expire, which is supposed to expire here at 12:30. So both Rutherford and the Murray County, Marshall County tornado warnings will expire in minutes. But they are going to keep severe thunderstorm warnings going for that. Okay, and as soon as they give us more info on the damage, we can pass that along.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you so much for letting me know that. We've got a Wayne County tornado warning coming, guys, too. So, like I said, when one starts to die down a little bit, another one starts to light it right back up. Now, this is Murray County, the camera you're showing me right now. That's Murray County, okay, on the side here. So the tornado warning, what I was going to say is it looked really tight in Murray County. Now, as Marcus was mentioning, You see the greens and reds, how they're elongating a little bit more on this, and I'll circle it for you. It's kind of elongating. When they're not as tight together and they're a little bit longer, that's necessary. That's a good sign that it could be becoming a little bit more disorganized. So that tornado warning is going to expire, and that is going to expire at 12:30. So that's in a couple of minutes. This is about to expire too, this tornado warning in Murfreesboro at 12:30 as well. But we are about to get a brand new warning for Wayne County for a tornado warning because of the greens and reds coming together a little bit more there. And you can kind of see it. It's hard to tell because it's now doing some range folding, it looks like, on the radar here. But Wayne County is about to get a tornado warning right over Waynesboro. I would tell you, if you're in Waynesboro right now, I need you to take your tornado precautions going down to the lowest level, center of a room with no windows. I would do it now and quick because the storm is literally hot and on top of you, and we're about to get a tornado warning for this storm. So Waynesboro, get down now. You don't have much time. Tornado warning coming for you, and coming for you very, very quickly. We also still have, in effect, tons of severe thunderstorm warnings, right? We've got a lot of them going on. And just to let people know a bigger, broader picture before that tornado warning starts to pop, just to tell people who are okay and they're out of the woodwork now, the tornado watch is still up for at least 3 a.m. And actually for these areas, I think it's till 5 a.m. There's